Have you seen Coco? No, not that one. The newest release from Disney Pixar. The story is about a patriarch who leaves his family for his musical career and he never returns. And as a result of this, his family begins to have this deep-seated hatred for music, and it's passed down from generation to generation. Now we come to the main character of the story, Miguel, who's a young boy. He's the great-great-great-grandson, or the great-great-grandson, of the patriarch who left. Miguel loves music and is drawn to it and its beauty. He's also drawn to his musical hero, Ernesto de la Cruz, who is the greatest guitar player, the greatest entertainer in all of the world. During El Dia de los Muertos, Miguel is transported to the land of the dead, and the only way that he can get back to the land of the living is to get a blessing. The blessing! From a dead family member. And so he's going on this journey throughout the land of the dead to get that. Coco is beautifully made. The art of the film is absolutely stunning. The vivid use of colors and just the layers upon layers that the artists made just bring this to life, and it truly is stunning. The spirit animals that you see throughout the movie, their colors, they're just bright neon. They just pop off the screen, and they are absolutely beautiful as well. Because the movie circles around music, you can imagine that there are some musical numbers throughout the film, and these are spot on also. Just the guitars, the mariachis, all the instruments that are played in this and in the soundtrack just bring it to life, and it's absolutely wonderful. Anthony Gonzalez, who voices Miguel, also does the singing, and his voice is astounding. It is so awesome to hear him sing, and you just want to hear more and more. I wish actually that there were more songs that Miguel sung throughout the movie because it was that good. Dante, the solo dog, is hilarious. He has no speaking parts. He's a dog. He doesn't talk, but it's just all done through facial expressions and behavior, and it is hilarious. If you have a dog, you'll see some of your own dog's characteristics in Dante. For one, I mean, he chokes on his foot, and it's hilarious because I've seen my dog do that. He's like, yeah, that's what happens, and it's funny. The depth and the detail of the shots, the creativity is top-notch, and it's everything you would expect to see from a Disney Pixar film. Now here's the things that I didn't really like about Coco. There's not a lot of them, but to me they actually made a huge impact. One is the message. The message that is being sent in this is twofold. It is of selfishness and it is of unforgiveness. And selfishness, you see this throughout the film. First off, of the patriarch who leaves his family. He abandons his family to go off on his own musical career, saying screw you, and just away he goes and never to return. The second is the family, who they don't care what Miguel wants or what his desires are. They are only thinking about themselves or what is no music because they're stuck on the hurt. And then you also have Miguel, who is very selfish because he's not paying attention to any of his family's desires, not even listening to them. It's all about him and what he wants and his pursuits. Now comes the unforgiveness part. And actually this is quite blatant in a lot of it. You have the family who won't forgive the father who left. To pass down that anger throughout generation to generation, and just illustrates the unforgiveness. But even more so, to put a finer point on it, at one point during the film, one of the characters actually says, I love you, but I can't forgive you. And then it's never resolved. They never actually come back and say, I forgive you, or all is well, or anything like that. It's unfortunate that these two messages of selfishness and unforgiveness are really the prevalent themes throughout the movie. And for a good 3/4 of it, that is the only message that's really coming through. Now, sure, it is great. It's this feel-good-ish type of movie. I mean, you're caught up in all of the brilliance of the animation, and that's awesome. And little kids, they're not going to get the message too much. It's probably just going to go completely over their heads. But the fact is that the message is still there. And because of that, I can only give Coco 3.5 out of 5 couches. I'm Chris, this is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me. Do you want a munchie that's easy to make and super delicious? May I present to you frozen hot chocolate. Super, super easy to make. All you do is you melt up some chocolate chips, some white sugar, and some instant cocoa mix. You melt that together. You pour in a little bit of milk and you stir it up while it's heating until it becomes this liquidy melted chocolate goodness. Pour that into the blender and you blend it up. Top it with whipped cream if you so desire, but you don't have to. You Whipped cream sometimes takes up some of the top there. So you can just pour the rest in there and then enjoy. It's delicious. It's frozen hot chocolate, super easy to make. I highly encourage it.